Hey everybody, it's me, Marcus, and I'm here. I'm doing one of these things where I talk to the camera, right? It honestly feels extremely foreign to me to be here doing one of these things. If you know me, then you know that I really vibe off of dialogue with people, and I really thrive in situations where I'm talking to specific individuals one on one. So being here, literally just talking to my camera by myself, is not really my ideal state for my best ideas and breakthroughs. And if you really, really know me, then you know that my belief is that wisdom and knowledge and things like that is a mystery that can only be revealed to each of us in our own time and in our own specific way when it's supposed to reveal itself to us. I try to keep that in mind when I'm talking to people, and I sort of tailor what I'm saying and how I say it to the person that I'm talking to specifically. In that way, me and that person, when you're having a conversation with someone, that conversation unfolds into a certain path. I'm still sort of figuring out how I want to do that in this environment, but I'm sure that I'll get used to talking to the camera because, in fact, the reason why I'm even here making this video is to announce that I'm going to be making more YouTube videos and more content of me talking in a lot of different capacities, long form YouTube videos, things like that, just candid things. I plan on doing some live streams as well, and definitely some dialogues where I'm talking with other people, which is more of my ideal setting. I'm really, really excited to start this next part of my sort of journey and artistic expression. Basically, my life path has taken me to a place where the sort of spiritual and metaphysical aspects of myself have really been longing to make a physical connection and to be expressed through my actions and the things that I do. It's really funny because I feel like I've been talking to a lot of friends and relatives and things like that who really seem to be having the opposite problem as me. They're working and working every day, every day. They're doing the actions, doing the flow of life, but they never really feel like they're able to connect it to a sort of meaning or deeper significance. Whereas for me, I've always prioritized the spiritual aspects of myself and the metaphysical aspects of like my purpose. I've prioritized that over everything else. But anyways, I realized that regardless of which side of the issue you're on, whether you're fine just doing things and making the actions, but having a hard time finding like a sort of higher significance, or if you sort of live in this, fantasy realm and are having a hard time really grounding those ideas and those aspects of yourself in something physical, there's an underlying problem at work, which the way I see it, it's really one of connection and having a sort of lack of connection between those two realms, finding a place where the heavenly intentions meet the earthly actions. And so looking at myself and looking at a lot of people that I talk to, there's some sort of strong disconnect somewhere about what they're doing and what they're thinking or what their intentions are or what their purpose is. And I've been realizing that some important aspect of my life purpose is to facilitate that connection for other people and for society in general. And the way to do that is through a process where myself and others sort of use each other to find those connections to the sides of things that we seem to be lacking in, if that makes sense. And I want to start doing this now because I've realized that my life so far has prepared me to be that person. And lately, as I start to share my knowledge and guidance with people, really, I've been realizing that finding this connection is something that we need now more than ever. And so now is really a good time to start. And it's sort of a way for me to use what I've been preparing for and sort of coming into myself in terms of my life purpose and what it is that I'm really supposed to be doing. So regardless of if you're stuck in the clouds and struggling to turn your life purpose into tangible actions that make you feel like a total being, right? Like me, or if you struggle to find meaning and have a hard time appreciating the deeper significance of your everyday actions, or if you just want to hear cool stuff and explore different ways of thinking, right? And different ways of interacting with the world, then I think that you'll find these videos interesting and beneficial. I also just hope that through these videos, people who know me and people who only see what I'm posting on social media get to gain just a deeper understanding of me and my passions, who I am, and my life purpose. Since, as I already stated, I really love mystery, right? I always try to keep myself unreachable for most people and really only reveal myself to those closest to me, or in very cryptic ways through my speech or like through my music or things like that. But the process of revealing myself in a tangible way is a crucial aspect of me making this sort of earthly connection. You can see that even in my music, which is my primary medium. My natural tendency is to bathe the music that I make with layers of mysteries, because, what I was talking about before, that sort of wisdom and knowledge and things really speak to us in different ways. That's something that's really important to me, and it's something that I always try to embody in my music, so that it's sort of keeping in mind the different ways of thinking, and that everyone's going to interact with the same song in different ways. And how can I reveal the same piece of wisdom to multiple people when they're all coming at it from these different ways? So that's something I always try to keep in mind and emulate in my music. But I also plan on dissecting my music more, my music making process, and unfolding those layers of mystery behind the art that I make, and getting more personal about why I make music and what the function of music plays, in my opinion, for myself and for society. All this stuff that I've been talking about, the sort of intangible and tangible worlds and these different realms, and finding those connections and my life purpose, right? This is stuff that I've been preparing and studying for my entire life. I've been studying philosophy for a very long time. I've always been fascinated with the possibility and the problems associated with like universals and finding sort of universals throughout our cultures. And I've been fascinated with different ways of thinking and perceiving the world for as long as I've been a musician. I've been an anthropologist studying culture for as long as I've been a musician. So 17, 18 years. It's one of the primary reasons why I even play music. So I'm an expert in these musical traditions from around the world, so that I can gain insight on new ways of thinking about the world, and then how those ways of thinking express themselves through music, and how those cultures make that connection between their metaphysical, intangible ways of being and the world through expression, through physical things like music and art. And I've been enamored by ancient cultures and mythology and folk tales since I was a small child. And so essentially what I'm saying is that all of my individual life experiences, the small, very particular interests and seemingly insignificant life choices and personality traits all come together, and they coincide in this one moment right here of me making this video, which I just think is really powerful and really significant. Philosophy, culture, anthropology, world traditions, religion, mythology, my music, world music, mystery, spirituality. If even one of those things piques your curiosity and you aspire to go outside of your typical way of thinking to gain a deeper understanding of the world and of your sense of self in the process, then I hope you join me on this journey to a place where heavenly intentions meet earthly actions.